I'm Cape Jewel, and this is Comic Smack, the weekly comic book show where we take closer looks at the coolest and most happening comic book storylines. And on today's show, we're going to be digging on into The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 7. Can Peter Parker hope to break the dastardly mind control that Mr. Negative currently has over his friend's Cloak and Dagger? Well, let's hop on into the book and see for ourselves, shall we?
So, as the comic opens, Peter Parker, CEO, is at the mercy of Mr. Negative. The villainous plan du jour this week is for a brainwashed Peter Parker to slip an important Chinese humanitarian Mr. Negative's shade drug during a meeting that will happen later in the week. Here's the rub though, Mr. Negative's corrupting, mind-controlling touch can only work on a person once, and Mr. Negative did attempt to use this on Spider-Man all the way back in Dark Reign. So essentially what we have here is Peter Parker playing brainwashed to try and get closer to Mr. Negative. Now this is going to be a tough job, not only going up against the might of Mr. Negative, but as well as the mind-controlled Cloak and Dagger, so Peter tries to get himself a little help. Unfortunately, Prowler and Mockingbird are busy and everyone else isn't taking his calls right now, including Harry Osborn, who is out having dinner with his family. In an interesting turn, the Alan Osborn clan end up getting saved by freaking Regent? No way, you mean the villain from the Renew Your Vows story from Secret Wars? Wow, was not expecting to see him show up here, even though we totally did see him show up in an earlier issue, but whatever, it's still cool. As we discover, Mr. Negative's plot against this humanitarian isn't your standard villainous stuff. Oh no, this is more based out of revenge. You see, this guy wasn't always a humanitarian. Once upon a time, he was a slave trader and a snakehead. This guy was so bad that Martin Lee is actually making peace with the Mr. Negative side of his personality to go after him. Well, you know, that's good. It's nice to know there's more of a story going on here than, hey, let's slip an important guy some drugs. Spider-Man, with the help of the Chinese police of all people, yeah, I know, right, a hero actually reached out to the proper authorities for help. Go figure. Raid the factory wherein Mr. Negative is making his shade drug. Cloak and Dagger proved to be more than able to mop the floor with Spider-Man, so our hero has to get a little bit creative. If they're enjoying drinking that dark side Kool-Aid so much, then Spider-Man is going to give Dagger all that she can possibly handle by throwing a bunch of shade patches at her until she more or less overloads. Down but not out, Cloak and Dagger retreat, which means that Spider-Man is going to have to deal with them and Mr. Negative all in the next issue. Man, things can't possibly get much worse, can they? Well, you know, except for maybe, oh, I don't know, the woman Peter Parker was seeing actually being a secret sleeper agent for the Scorpio organization, who, as the comic ends, vows to kill Spider-Man with his own Spider-Mobile, which she helped build. Wow, that is some cruel stuff right there, because Spider-Man just can't trust nobody out there. The Amazing Spider-Man number 7 is a marked improvement over the last issue. And yet, is it weird that I may be enjoying the smaller peripheral stuff more than I'm enjoying the main Spider-Man's Gotta Stop Mr. Negative storyline? I like seeing Harry Osborn try to build some sort of semblance of family with his 2 children that he's had. I like that they haven't fully dropped this whole Scorpio and the Zodiac storyline either, and that that's still coming to bite Spider-Man. Heck, I even like what they're doing with Martin Lee, adding more character to him where there wasn't really any before to go on. At the end of the day, I would feel comfortable giving this one an 8. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Jewel.